Good morning everybody, and this is your Euro USD setups for today. So a little bit of a flag break to the downside that formed. I'm not entirely convinced still that this is coming down to the downside. I think this is just a retest on the weekly, and we're fairly close to retest. We've got some of it. I'm just going to let me just put the level in. I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is the bottom end of the zone. This is the top end of the zone that we're in. So I would expect buyers to come in this zone at the moment. So nice. Granted, there are diagonals broken, etc., etc., but this is a break of the moving averages and a retest at the moment. So that's what I would be doing. If we start dropping below this zone, then I'm going to change my tune. But at the moment, this has been a decent pullback from a weekly perspective, but this week has just been big, sort of a big up and big down. Oscillators are grouped very nicely for opportunities to buy into this, and that is what I'll be looking for. But we're not on decent structure at the moment. Now, in between these two levels that I've given you, the top end here is 109,543, and the bottom area is 108,887. There will be other micro levels, and you can see them here. They're all over the place, right? So I'm a little bit cautious, as I have been all week on this. Could be a case of continuation. The trend lines are intact, bit of a flag, lots of things like that happening, but it doesn't collate to what the data is saying. So I'm a little bit cautious. And if we drill down to the levels we want to be paying attention to, yesterday was a continuation of the shorts, and hindsight's always a perfect science, but I still don't see anything that would have got me in short anyway. So trend is still down. I'm just very hesitant to be following this trend at the moment. We do have break of structure higher up, but we're in a very strong weekly zone of support, so I would be very reluctant to try and chase that right now. So I would be looking at sort of the weekly and waiting for structure to form. Sorry, on the 15 minute, I'll be waiting for structure to form on the 15 minute before jumping in on this. And you can see some bullish structure already starting to form. So I'm still sit on hands. I would be waiting for a break and a retest of this weekly, what it could be resistance, which I want it to be support, and that's at 109,543. So if we get back above 109,500, let's just say 109,500, get back above it, come back and test. That's going to be my catalyst or trigger for the upside. There is still a lot of data coming out today, so it's typical Thursday data day, so anything could happen, but I'm a little bit cautious. Granted, we had a strong move down, and then we've had a continuation, bit of a flag formed, broken, but I think it moves over. That's pretty much what I'm toying with. This was looking like a decent area to buy off weekly supports, and then we just dropped below it yesterday. See how we found supports and then dropped below it, and now the trick is to see if it's going to be a rejection of that, or are we going to get back above it. So that's kind of what I'd be waiting for. If you're adventurous, you probably could take a short off here if there is structure. So if you do get a rejection pin bar, inside bars or engulfing bars there, possible to take that short, but just bear in mind, going to be a risky one. Just from a weekly perspective, it's going to be relatively risky, but if you look at that diagonal and this horizontal, it all intersects. So 109,543. If you see some kind of a rejection there, but I'd want it to be a pin bar rejection, to be honest, if I'm going to jump in on it. And then you take your entry just below that pin bar and your stop just above. I don't think you're going to be targeting 108,887 immediately, because if you just scroll left, and hopefully we don't have to go too far left for this, but I suspect we are. There we go. So You can see what's happened in this level in the past. You can see all these tails can impact price, and that's why I'm really hesitant to take a short, because any one of these tails here, any one of these fractals could impact you, and the buyers could be waiting at any one of these. So that's why I'm very reluctant to be jumping in short. Even if we do reject this, I'm still rather would favor a break and retest for a move up, because I do have a long memory, and what happened between these two levels pretty much for almost a year. You can see how we kept coming back into here, kept playing around in between these two levels. And I mean, I've just gone back to December and look at that. So anyway, I'm sitting on hands. I really am not looking for that short. I want to see what happens with 109.543. If we get back above it, start building a base, then my bias is more to the upside than to the downside. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.